Regular olive oil on the dry areas. Eczema, people get real dry patches. You don't want to use a lot, just a couple of fingers with the oil, rub it on the area, and it will help to relieve the over dryness of the skin, okay? So, and I'm not going to demonstrate the oil on everybody. This is a sealed bottle, and we're going to keep it that way. It's for, you know, yeah, it's for that kind of the demonstration. Now, here's another thing that just really blows some people away. Get a boar's hair brush and brush your skin. You brush your skin, you take a nice warm bath, and then you get out and you put a little bit of olive oil onto your skin. Go to bed, wake up, and you will be amazed. You can also add a little bit of lavender. And I advocate lavender major big time because it's a great way. It's got stress reducer, calming effect. It helps with pain, inflammation, swelling, just like frankincense. All of that with the lavender oil. And I will say that the majority of oils, lavender, frankincense, basil, myrrh, a lot of people don't do the whole myrrh thing. Peppermint, spearmint, all of those oils were back when Jesus walked this earth. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Can you put it all together?
Can you put?
Mix it all together?
You can take some olive oil.
No, the essential oil.
You probably want to be careful with mixing oils. And what usually with the oils, I would get some information. I would get a really good book on how to mix essential oils. Some essential oils work really well together. Others not so well. If you are not familiar with essential oils, I would suggest that you educate yourself first before mixing so that you don't hurt yourself or you don't hurt your environment, okay? I myself personally I still read up on this stuff. It's a constant learning experience, okay? So I would highly recommend that you, or suggest that you do that. So yeah, the boar's hair, that you brush your skin with the boar's, it's a little bristly, but still you brush it, and that is, and believe it or not, that is a natural fiber. It comes off, and in our faith, we don't eat pig, we don't eat pork. However, the hair off of a boar, they make brushes, and I don't think there's anything bad about that. You know, it works quite well, I would say. Warm compresses. You put some little bit of the olive oil on your skin, or vegetable, 100% pure vegetable oil. Rub a little bit of that on your skin, then use some compresses, and it helps to alleviate the dryness. The first thing that you want to do, though, what is the first thing we want to do in any natural remedy? Who remembers?
Drink water.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes. Drink the water. You have to nourish yourself from the inside out. What you got going on in there is going to show what you have going on out here. Okay? So you want to make sure that you have, you drink a lot of water. You eat those raw fruits and vegetables. The other thing that you can do is you can mash up a ripe avocado, okay, and banana, and we happen to have some, as well as, and I'm sorry I didn't bring out my eggplant for the skin burns, or the sunburns. Oh, we have a little puppy here somewhere. Okay, do you still have your, paper towel?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no?
Kind of.
Okay, let me get some paper towels here.
I can do that.
So I guess you can't eat the guacamole.
I want to go sleep.
And what we're going to do is a good way, before you take your bath, you can put some avocado and banana on your skin, and I'm just going to put a little bit here. And what you want to do is you want to take that, and you just want to rub it on your skin, if it'll come off my spoon. You want to rub that on your skin, okay? Well, you know, I wouldn't eat this because we didn't
love avocado.
excuse me? We didn't wash this. Of course, you don't wash avocado, right? I don't think it would taste very good, really.
Every day.
Avocado and
I've
banana?
been eating it, but I'll
Oh,
run out.
maybe not so
And it takes
much.
me a while to find
Wanna
it.
get some?
Yeah,
Okay.
I get this bag,
I get the one with the little ones in instead of the big
You put
ones.
it-
yes, that's what I do.
Yes, those I
I get-
Okay, just put it right there.
One bag.
Okay.
And then I keep them in the
Yes,
refrigerator.
it
and
is.
the fruit bowl to ripen them.
So now this, you can use, the avocado has oil in it as well as the banana. And it helps with dry skin. It also would help with a sunburn. You can put that on. But you can rub it into your skin, okay? And then go and just take your bath or take your shower. And, you know, lightly rinse it off.
Will you do it before you take a shower?
I would, yes, because the banana that's in it can become sticky. And you don't want to walk around, you'll have the little, excuse me, the little doggy out there. He may say lunch, you know. But the avocado is really good at moisturizing the skin. So you want to use, you can use your avocado by itself. You don't have to add the banana in it. The banana is really good. It has the potassium and the vitamin A, I believe, in it as well, which has very good healing properties. So if you have issues on your skin, try rubbing some avocado on your skin. Just take the avocado and just rub it. The other thing, and I'm sorry, but you can put it on your face as well. My eggplant froze, so I'm going to have to put that in the refrigerator. And at our next segment, Trish will be able to demonstrate the eggplant there. And you just take and you just put it on your skin. Again, the eggplant has healing properties in it as well. If your skin is dry, if it is blistered or bruised, that sort of thing, you can use this, the eggplant. You just put it directly on the skin, wrap it with a little bit of muslin, okay? Wrap it with a little bit of muslin, like so, and just leave it set, okay? 10, 15 minutes, or until you can't stand it anymore, okay? So, at this point, I would say you want to avoid commercial lotions and saturated fat. You want to avoid too much sunlight, okay? And you want to wear cotton clothing, not synthetic, okay? I don't know, I've not been in this community very long, but in the time that I have been here, I don't think that there is a time that anyone can say that they've ever really seen my arms or legs. I dress this way all the time because I am so afraid of getting skin damage. When I was in Hawaii, I had really bad sunburn, really bad skin issues. And so I decided I needed to do something else. And I found out about how keeping our core temperature constant, not letting my feet get cold, I don't get sick as much, and I don't have the problems with skin irritation. Yes?
So do you take vitamin D3?
I was taking vitamin D3. However, I had changed my diet. And I am now getting so much vitamin D3 that my doctor said you might want to stave off of the D3 as much, because I was taking like 10,000 units. That was a physician prescription to do so. And then I've reduced it down to just what it says on the bottle. Now, and I have to look really hard at finding vitamin D3 that is not in gelatin caplets, because gelatin is a pork derivative. So I want to be careful I'm not trying to ingest the pork, even though we use boar's hair brushes, you know, and I do have one, so yeah.
I don't remember the brand I'm taking, but it's a tablet, not.
The little
Yeah.
white tablet, yeah. Nature's Own had one. There's a couple of others out there. It's hard to find, but if you really want to find it, you will. I always pray about it first, and then I go forward to, try and find what it is I'm looking for. So, as I said, I keep my core temperature constant, and I don't let my feet get cold. On days like this, I let my toes out. But outside of that, I try and keep, I will go out to the beach. I don't particularly care for the beach because it's sand. I don't like sand. I just don't like sand. But if I am out at the beach, and you can ask my husband, I have my hat on, I have my long sleeves on. And the thing is, a lot of people say, well, aren't you hot? Yes, I do get hot. But when a cool breeze, and I start getting the moisture collecting on my skin, but when a cool breeze comes in, all of a sudden that feels really good. It cools my skin tremendously. Yes?
And for topical, how about vitamin E?
You can use vitamin E.
Vitamin
You can use vitamin E topically. Just remember that your skin is a sponge and it absorbs everything that you put on it. So you just be careful with how much you do use. Vitamin E is a very good moisturizer, excellent moisturizer, but you don't want to use too much of it because you don't want to increase the amount of the process through the liver. You don't want your liver absorbing too much oil, okay? Because next thing you know, you get a real fatty liver. And a fatty liver could possibly produce a bad gallbladder, a bad digestive area, your duodenum and your pylorus. It can end up to where you just got too much, okay? So I would say use it, but be careful in using it. Yes.
Epsom salts.
Epsom
I've been
salt.
using it recently, and it relaxes the muscles and you
Right.
absorb the calcium, which is
Right.
nice.
This is true. You want to be, I would say with Epsom salts, that's a whole seminar in and of itself pretty much. Because you're
stuff.
getting into like the magnesiums
Yes.
and that's the minerals. And while yes, the minerals are good, you do want to be careful with using too much of it. In Epsom salts in a bath, I would say maybe 1/8 of a cup of Epsom salt at best
Really.
in the bath.
I've been
Because,
using a cup.
oh really?
Yes.
Okay, and you haven't had any adverse
Not
reactions?
that I've
in-
noticed.
Well, the reason why I say that is when you're sitting in a bathtub, okay, for ladies, our areas, that can possibly become irritated. You don't want to end up with any sort of irritation in those personal areas. So just be careful when using Epsom salt. I'm totally for Epsom salt, and I wish that we had a bathtub. Unfortunately, in a motorhome, you don't have that. So it does soothe tired, achy muscles. You are right, but definitely be careful as to how much.
Thank you.
I use Epsom salt soaking my feet, especially
Yes.
when we had the medical clinic and
Yes.
went back and forth and back and
Right,
forth.
right.
I soak it.
Yes,
soak my
and
feet.
when you do your feet, you can be a little bit more liberal with it. The
Yeah.
only reason why I say caution
We're
in the
staying there now.
bathtub is that you have
We've been
personal
there.
areas
I
that
mean,
they could potentially be a little irritating. So just be careful, that's all, okay? It is a
They don't
mineral,
have anything like
a
that.
salt mineral,
Just the restrooms
so
and showers.
that's not completely bad. Any other
they have
questions
a shower there.
Yeah.
about anything at all? Yes?
When you refer to vinegar, are you talking about any particular kind of vinegar?
Well, if you are going to use vinegar,
In today's lecture in reference to it.
in today's lecture, I would use organic apple cider vinegar. I would not use regular white distilled vinegar, okay? Because again, your body will absorb the vinegar, and vinegar has the eelworm in it that could potentially bother your mind. E-E-L worm, eelworm. Yeah, eelworm. And you can look that up. It's in white distilled vinegar, okay? Most vinegars, balsamic vinegar, just all I can say, look it up. Eelworm in vinegar, okay? If you're going to use the vinegar, I would do the organic, make sure it's certified organic, apple cider vinegar. Okay, I have a lady friend who she takes a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar every day. I don't know how she do it. It is the foulest stuff ever. That and blackstrap molasses. If you have an iron issue, you take a teaspoon of blackstrap molasses every day and you won't have an iron issue. You could also use it for facials, but that's a whole nother seminar. Okay, yes, sir.
My dog out there, I put a teaspoon of the apple cider, organic apple cider vinegar per quart of drinking water. And according to my book, and it seems to work, no fleas or ticks.
Yes, I have heard
I
that.
bet people, I'll give you $1 for every flea you can find on my dog.
I have heard that.
One
I've
teaspoon per
I've never tested it on my dog, but I have heard that it controls the fleas and ticks on your pet, and you don't have to do the big Advantex or anything
quart.
else.
That's right.
Okay.
One teaspoon to how much water?
Pardon?
Yeah,
1 teaspoon per quart
per
of
quart.
drinking water.
Mhm.
I drink it the same way myself, because I don't like fleas. And the mosquitoes won't bite you no more neither.
Uh-oh. Okay,
have a problem.
so I will say,
Boys are using apple cider.
So it's apple cider?
the apple cider vinegar. And you can get it, Bragg's, that's what it is, Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Yeah, just like Bragg's aminos, you can use the Bragg's aminos as a alternative to soy sauce. And I put it like this, if you have to put your soy sauce in the refrigerator, it is fermented soy sauce. Okay, you don't want to use fermented soy sauce. So if it calls, the only one that I have found on the market that does not require to be put in the refrigerator is the La Choy. That's the only one, and because we don't advocate fermentation. So if you are going to use your soy sauce and it says refrigerate after opening, that's a fermented soy sauce. Okay, in the Bragg's line, the Bragg's aminos, same thing. The Bragg's apple cider vinegar, just as good. Or if all else fails, lemon. Lemon has the same taste property as vinegar does. Okay, but it has good healing stuff. You can clean with lemon, you can wash with lemon, you can drink lemon. That's another seminar. I will say though, it has been my pleasure to have been here to be able to show you guys a few of the demonstrations. I will say before we do anything, we must wash our hands, always. Washing your hands is the first line of defense if you have issues within your body. If you are going to be misting distilled water and a few drops of lavender, and you just take it and you mist your face. That helps with dry skin, and I slip that in at the end, okay? It helps with dry skin, but if you're going to do that, you want a dark colored bottle. Never put your oils and anything that you use, any types of oil, essential oils, never put it in a clear bottle. Always in a colored bottle, okay? So, you want to make sure that you wash your hands, bless you, all the time. Straight forward and straight out, straight up front, wash the hands. That is your first line of defense. And the other thing is, some of my information comes from the Ministry of Healing. This book is a wonderful read. It's a little long, but it's a wonderful read. It talks about disease, which is the effort of nature to free the systems of conditions that results in a violation of the laws of health. It talks about that, where medical science didn't even come up with the virus until sometime in the 60s. So this book talks about it. And so I get my information there. But my first line of information is from the Holy Bible. In that, God says, 1 John 3 John 2, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper, even as thy soul prospers, and be in good health. If God said, I want that for you, that's good enough for me. God said it, I believe it, and that settles it. Okay? So, washing your hands, very, very important. But most important is to develop a temperate prayer life, temperance prayer life, and asking for calming, healing, understanding with the body that we have been so gifted with. Our bodies, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are designed to heal ourselves, okay? We don't need a lot of pharmacology, pharmaceuticals to do that. You can do it with just nothing but God's garden and medicine cabinet, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.